Hello, I'm Sandra Lee with miracleinspirations.com and the Breathe Life's Inspirations blog. I've been doing a weekly video blog about your health on stress and what you can do video series. So if you want to subscribe from the website, I will send you information. I have been talking about ways that we can improve our health through a variety of different means. So how we eat, how we move, the kinds of awareness that we have, all sorts of things that can help us to be healthier, happier, to make things happen in our lives. And really, it's all about us wanting to see change of some kind. Big change, little change, but making some sort of improvement or change. And accomplishing that, actually being consistent enough, for example, with a change in the way that I eat, or the change the way that I stand or walk or move or think. All of those things require some sort of support for being consistent. Because if I want to have something actually change in my life in any significant way, particularly when it comes to things like health that really take a long time to make any sort of difference in. So if I want to have change, I need to be consistent. And beyond just having consistency, I also see that what is really necessary is belief. So let's look at things from a food and diet and health perspective. If I want to change something about my health status, and I am choosing to do that by making modifications to how I eat, like we've been talking about all through this Facebook Live Ask Me Anything series, I need to be consistent in making that change in my eating patterns. My lifestyle needs to change. And I need to believe that I can do it. So let's talk about a change that a lot of people want to make. A lot of people in the world wish they had smaller bodies, that the number when they got on the scale is smaller. Weight loss is what people usually call it, okay? So for that to be successful, a lot of different things need to happen. Diet needs to change, there might need to be some more exercise, all sorts of things need to happen for that to occur. A lot of those things we've talked about in this Ask Me Anything series of Facebook Lives. But one thing that is not usually addressed is that I, as the person who wants to make that change in my health, I need to believe that I can. I need to believe that it's possible. Not just that it's possible for anyone out there, but I need to believe that it's possible for me. That I can do it. Reality is, if I don't believe that I can lose the weight, even though that's not my personal issue, but if I don't believe that I can lose the weight, or if I don't believe that I can do what it takes to lose the weight, I don't believe that I can make the changes to my diet, I don't believe that I can give up on the sugar, like the whole sugar addiction story that we were talking about, if I don't believe that I can get off the packaged foods, whatever it is, all those factors, they're going to contribute to me making progress towards that goal of having a lower number on the scale when I stand on it. Right? If I don't believe that I can do that, if I don't believe that it's possible, either at all, or if it's not possible for me, if I don't believe those things, then nothing is likely to change. Just to be realistic. So the factor that most often is not addressed is the belief piece. Given all sorts of prescriptions, recommendations, ways to do it, but they don't talk about, do I believe that I can do this? Do I believe that I can change my eating patterns? Do I believe that it is possible for me to actually accomplish this? So as long as that belief piece is missing, reality is that the change is probably not going to happen. If I don't believe that I can make the changes in my diet that we've been talking about in this Facebook Live series, if I don't believe I can do it, then I am not likely going to even try. If I don't believe that even if I do make the changes in my diet, if I don't believe that my body will lose the weight, or I don't believe that I can do it for whatever reason, whatever the reason is that I don't believe, if I don't believe, then I probably won't take the actions. Because the belief is the critical piece. It's the limiting piece. Without belief, change probably will not happen. So looking at the whole yo-yo dieting issue that I talked about a couple of days ago, so many people in the world go through this cycle of trying to lose weight. And they go on these starvation diets and they fast perhaps. And maybe they work themselves into the ground trying to exercise, all these different things that people do in this quest to lose weight. And if they've done it multiple times, gone through that cycle, and potentially had the yo-yo diet bounce so that they're gained weight beyond where they started, right? Like we talked about in the episode a couple days ago about yo-yo dieting and metabolism, right? That would reinforce in their belief system that they actually can't accomplish this because they've got their whole lifetime so far of experience that shows them, I can't do this. I am not going to be successful because every other time I have tried this, I have failed. And that's what they believe. So how can that person turn that around and be successful? They need to adjust their belief system. They need to see that it is possible for them to make this, for them, pretty big change. And that requires a big adjustment in how they think and what they believe. Now, I completely understand that it is hard to just make that change in belief like that. Not realistic. Some people, might try like hypnosis, right? In my experience, I haven't had hypnosis make any difference to me at all. But it's supposed to be helpful for people who are wanting to make changes like weight. So I suppose it's possible, right? That could change aspects of the belief system by having different thoughts come to mind in certain circumstances so that it's easier to overcome that belief barrier. I think that hypnosis has the potential to be able to help with that. Okay, but there are also smaller steps that you can take. I've done some kind of sort of health coaching with people who've been in this wanting to change the weight piece and talking them through making small belief adjustments, small steps in lifestyle change, small steps in how you eat, so that you can build the belief step by step. If I am able to take a small goal and accomplish that, then it's like, oh, okay, that's like a stepping stone upon which I can build another belief. So for example, a good first step for someone wanting to change their weight could be cleaning up what they eat. go back to the Facebook Live where I was talking about packaged foods versus cooking, right? So it's like a good first step for someone in that desiring to change their weight goal would be to change what I eat by eliminating some of the processed foods or eliminating sugar, looking at the sugar addiction, right? Those would be good first steps to take. So it's like if I have a particular type of sugary food that I'm really stuck on eating every day or every whatever, right? A good first goal could be eliminating that sugary food or, decreasing the amount, whatever first step you need to take. So if you accomplish that first step, that gives you a little bit of belief. I actually successfully did not eat that. Even if it's just one day, that's a success. So every little success you have builds a little bit of belief in your belief bank account. And then you can take the next step and build another little bit of belief so that over time you accumulate quite a stack of little beliefs, right? And that builds up to a substantial amount of success that you've had in making choices consistent with the goal that you have. But without that building the stack of beliefs, chances are you're not going to be successful. Which is why so many people in the world get on that yo-yo diet wagon where over time their weight actually increases rather than sustainably decreasing. Because they haven't built up the belief system that supports the change that really needs to be made. Now, at some point, the little successes might not be enough. Sometimes it takes making a bigger step, right? So for example, we've been talking about intermittent fasting and getting into, the fat burning, fat adapted nutritional ketosis mode. Okay, that could be a bigger step for people to take. If someone is, in their life accustomed to having 3 full meals a day plus snacks, eating every 2 or 3 hours, like we talked about quite a while ago, right? To be able to get through the day, it is not realistic that that person is going to be able to go even from snacks to, 3 meals plus snacks to just 3 meals. That alone might be difficult, much less going to 2 meals a day, intermittent fasting. Or somebody I was talking with has a goal to go to 1 meal a day, which is wonderful if you can accomplish that. Not everybody can. But what you do is you build up your belief one step at a time so that you get closer to being able to make a new step in the processes to get to the goal. So it's like once that person has gone from eating 3 meals plus a bunch of snacks every couple of hours to be able to survive, right? And they've gone from 3 meals plus snacks to just 3 meals, that's a huge success for that person. And they might already be having a change in their weight in response to that. So tremendous success. If the person stopped there, they might fall back though, right? They need to keep building their belief. If their goal is to extend beyond that and have their weight be sustainably different than it is now, more is probably going to be required, just to be honest. We've talked about metabolism a whole bunch of times all throughout here, and about how the metabolic system, blood sugar metabolism in particular, can get broken, not be working properly. So changing that, having the metabolic health reestablish itself, heal, rebuild, having metabolic flexibility, right? That requires a little bit more than just that change in diet. So it requires a little bit bigger belief step to be able to get there. But if I've had the success in getting to this point, eliminating the snacks, being able to go for longer than 4 hours between meals, right? Then I'm getting closer to being able to stretch that a little bit farther so that I can actually be successful in sustainably changing weight. And I know people who've done it. It is possible. It just takes consistency, a big dose of belief, and actually making choices day to day. So the belief will support you in all of that. I hope that's been helpful. I know that there are a lot of people just in my audience who are concerned about this particular set of issues. So whether it's weight issues or, deciding you want to exercise more, or if you have a particular health issue that you're working with, or we're talking about, business related goals and things you want to accomplish in business. Again, belief is a big part of it. I'm doing that myself. So it's like business is really more my area where I have some blocks, marketing, stuff like that. But I'm building my belief a little bit at a time by taking steps, doing things, getting support. Because sometimes having support from other people, community, a coach, family members, someone who is supporting you in making those lifestyle choices or taking the actions that you need to take. In my case, doing business related things that I'm not accustomed to doing, right? So it's like there's part of me that has not believed that I could be successful in doing certain things. But I'm building my belief a little bit at a time. Doing Facebook Live, for example, is one of those things I didn't know how to do. I didn't think I could be on video talking to people live without a script, right? So those are my beliefs that I have been getting past. So it's like, as I do things, I'm like, oh, that worked, or it didn't work, or whatever, right? But my belief is greater because I've put enough footwork in. I've done enough stuff so that I've got something to rest a belief on. So it's like, whatever your goals are, whatever your intentions are, do you believe that you can accomplish it? And what steps can you take to build more belief? You do make a difference. I'm Sandra Lee with miracleinspirations.com and the Breathe Life's Inspirations blog, your health on stress and what you can do. I am going to be offering something soon that gives people an opportunity to make a difference in the world. There's all kinds of craziness going on. And I know that a lot of people are feeling like there's nothing they can do about it. Would you like to be able to do something that actually can help? I'm not talking about being out on the street demonstrating, right? But what can you do? From your home even, you can take action. So I'm going to be putting something out that's going to support people in being able to do that. So subscribe to my newsletter and you will stay up to date with that information. Plus, check out with me here on Facebook. And I've been posting some of these Ask Me About Anything videos on YouTube, in addition to having them on Facebook. I may at some point do the work to take all these, backlog of videos from the Facebook Lives and put them on YouTube where they might be more easily accessible. Anyway, thank you. Have a wonderful day. You do make a difference. Love yourself. Believe. Breathe.